Hi kids, this is Teacher May, your teacher for today. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the latest videos. Before we start our new lesson, let's have a short review. Activity 1, Drill. Similar fraction facts. Let's recall how to subtract similar fractions. Two proper fractions, two mixed numbers, a mixed number and a proper fraction, a whole number and a proper fraction, and a whole number and a mixed number. Let's have an activity. Activity 3, Pair Activity. Let's recall how to compare dissimilar fractions. Instructions: arrange the following dissimilar fractions in descending order. After arranging, find the difference between each fraction and the next one. Then, show how you got those differences using fraction strips or bars. Number 1, 2/3, 3/5, and 9/15. To get the equivalent fractions, first find the LCD. The LCD of 3, 5, and 15 is 15. The equivalent fraction of 2/3 is 10/15. The equivalent fraction of 3/5 is 9/15. The difference between 10/15 and 9/15 is 1/15. And the difference between 9/15 and 9/15 is 0. Look at the fraction bars. If we arrange the fractions in descending order, the first one is 2/3 or 10/15. The next one is 3/5 or 9/15, and the last one is 9/15. Number 2, 1/2, 4/6, 1 and 9/12. To get the equivalent fractions, first find the LCD. The LCD of 2, 6, and 12 is 12. The equivalent fraction of 1 and 9/12 is 21/12. The equivalent fraction of 4/6 is 8/12. And the equivalent fraction of 1/2 is 6/12. The difference between 21/12 and 8/12 is 13/12. And the difference between 8/12 and 6/12 is 2/12. Look at the fraction bars. If we arrange the fractions in descending order, the first one is 1 and 9/12 or 21/12. The next one is 4/6 or 8/12. And the last one is 1/2 or 6/12. Number 3, 1 and 1/2, 1/5, 1 and 4/10. To get the equivalent fractions, first find the LCD. The LCD of 2, 5, and 10 is 10. The equivalent fraction of 1 and 1/2 is 15/10, And the equivalent fraction of 1 and 4 tenths is 14 tenths. And the equivalent fraction of 1/5 is 2 tenths. The difference between 15 tenths and 14 tenths is 1 tenth. And the difference between 14 tenths and 2 tenths is 12 tenths. Look at the fraction bars. If we arrange the fractions in descending order, the first one is 1 and 1/2 or 15 tenths. The second one is 1 and 4 tenths or 14 tenths. And the last one is 1/5 or 2 tenths. Before we start our new lesson, let's have a short review. Activity 2, Drill. Instructions: find the missing number to complete the pairs of equivalent fractions. Let's have an activity. Activity 3, Pair Activity. Let's recall how to compare dissimilar fractions. Instructions: arrange the following dissimilar fractions in descending order. After arranging, find the difference between each fraction and the next one. Then, show how you got those differences using fraction strips or bars. Number 1, 1 and 1/3, 2, 12/15. To get the equivalent fractions, first find the LCD. The LCD of 2 and 15 is 15. The equivalent fraction of 2 is 30/15. The equivalent fraction of 1 and 1/3 is 20/15. The difference between 30/15 and 20/15 is 10/15. And the difference between 20/15 and 12/15 is 8/15. Look at the fraction bars. If we arrange the fractions in descending order, the first one is 2 or 30/15. The next one is 1 and 1/3 or 20/15. And the last one is 12/15. Number 2, 3/4, 5/6, 1 and 5/12. To get the equivalent fractions, first find the LCD. The LCD of 4, 6, and 12 is 12. The equivalent fraction of 1 and 5/12 is 17/12. The equivalent fraction of 5/6 is 10/12. And the equivalent fraction of 3/4 is 9/12. The difference between 17/12 and 10/12 is 7/12. And the difference between 10/12 and 9/12 is 1/12. Look at the fraction bars. If we arrange the fractions in descending order, the first one is 1 and 5/12 or 17/12. The next one is 5/6 or 10/12. And the last one is 3/4 or 9/12. Number 3, 1/2, 3/5, 1 and 6/10. To get the equivalent fractions, first find the LCD. The LCD of 2, 5, and 10 is 10. The equivalent fraction of 1 and 6/10 is 16/10. The equivalent fraction of 3/5 is 6/10. And the equivalent fraction of 1/2 is 5/10. The difference between 16/10 and 6/10 is 10/10. And the difference between 6/10 and 5/10 is 1/10. Look at the fraction bars. If we arrange the fractions in descending order, the first one is 1 and 6/10 or 16/10. The next one is 3/5 or 6/10. And the last one is 1/2 or 5/10. Subtracting dissimilar fractions. Now that we've finished activities 1 and 3, let's practice subtracting dissimilar fractions using the concepts of equivalent fractions and similar fractions. Example number 1. What is the difference between 2/3 and 1/4? Let's use the strategy I do, we do, and you do. Subtract 2/3 minus 1/4. Solution, use modeling. The equivalent fraction of 2/3 is 8/12, and the equivalent fraction of 1/4 is 3/12. 8/12 minus 3/12 is equal to 5/12. The answer is 5/12. How to subtract dissimilar fractions? Subtract 2/3 from 3/4. Solution. Step 1. Determine the LCD of the given fractions. The LCD is 12. Step 2. Use the LCD to make the given fractions similar. 2/3 is equal to 8/12. 1/4 is equal to 3/12. Step 3. Subtract the similar fractions. 2/3 minus 1/4 is equal to 8/12 minus 3/12. Subtract the numerator 8 and 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. Then copy the denominator 12. The answer is 5/12. Let's try to answer this problem on the board. Subtract 2/3 from 3/4. On your paper, subtract 4/5 minus 3/10. Example number 2, subtract 1 and 3/4 from 3 and 1/2. Solution, number sentence, 3 and 1/2 minus 1 and 3/4. Step 1. Convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. 3 and 1/2 is equal to 7/2. 1 and 3/4 is equal to 7/4. Step 2. Determine the LCD of the given fraction. The LCD is 4. Step 3. Use the LCD to make the given fractions similar. The equivalent fraction of 7/2 is 14/4 and 7/4 is 7/4. Step 4. Subtract the similar fractions. 3 and 1/2 minus 1 and 3/4 is equal to 14/4 minus 7/4. Subtract the numerator 14 and 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. Then copy the denominator 4. The answer is 7/4 or 1 and 3/4. Let's try answering this problem on the board. Find the difference between 2 and 1/4 and 1 and 3/5. On your paper, subtract 3 and 1/3 minus 1 and 1/12. Example number 3, subtract 4 and 2/3 minus 2/5. Solution, number sentence, 4 and 2/3 minus 2/5. Step 1, convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. 4 and 2/3 is equal to 14/3. Step 2, determine the LCD of the given fractions. The LCD is 15. Step 3, use the LCD to make the given fractions similar. The equivalent fraction of 14/3 is 70/15. The equivalent fraction of 2/5 is 6/15. Step 4, subtract the similar fractions. 4 and 2/3 minus 2/5 is equal to 70/15 minus 6/15. Subtract the numerator 70 and 6. 70 minus 6 is equal to 64. Then copy the denominator 15. The answer is 64/15 or 4 and 4/15. Example number 4. What is the difference between 2 and 5/7? Solution, number sentence, 2 minus 5/7. Step 1, determine the LCD of the given fractions. The LCD is 7. Step 2, use the LCD to make the given fractions similar. 2 is equal to 14/7. 5/7 is equal to 5/7. Step 3, subtract the similar fractions. 2 minus 5/7 is equal to 14/7 minus 5/7. Subtract the numerator 14 and 5. 14 minus 5 is 9. Copy the denominator 7. The answer is 9/7 or 1 and 2/7. Example number 5, subtract 2 and 2/3 from 5. Solution, number sentence, 5 minus 2 and 2/3. Step 1, convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. 2 and 2/3 is equal to 8/3. Step 2, determine the LCD of the given fractions. The LCD is 3. Step 3, use the LCD to make the given fractions similar. The equivalent fraction of 5 is 15/3, and the equivalent fraction of 8/3 is 8/3. Step 4, subtract the similar fractions. 5 minus 2 and 2/3 is equal to 15/3 minus 8/3. Subtract the numerator 15 and 8. 15 minus 8 is 7. Then copy the denominator 3. The answer is 7/3 or 2 and 1/3. Let's have an activity. pair activity. Let's get some more practice subtracting dissimilar fractions. The more we practice, the better we'll get at it. I've got some more problems for you to try. Let's see how many we can solve. Instructions: determine the difference of the following. Reduce the difference in its simplest form if possible.